Snow, welcome back.
Hi, MJ. Thank you. It's good to be back.
You know,
Kind of.
you missed a really good one last night, though.
I know,
Barely.
God. I wish that I would have been. Now I wish I would have picked an earlier flight.
Yeah.
So I could have gone to the show and everything. But I had no idea. I had no idea when I booked the trip that
Alonzo Bodden was
Alonzo Bodden was going to be here in Kingman.
Yeah, and we'll get into that a little bit, but shout out to our friend Shelly who stepped into your seat.
Thank you, Shelly.
Okay, so how'd the trip go?
Oh my gosh, the trip was amazing. So I've been gone for 2 weeks, 2 glorious weeks. I was actually sad to come back because I'm like, this is gonna sound bad. I missed our circle of friends here again. I missed our circle of people, but the whole time I'm gone, I'm like, maybe there's something wrong with me because I'm not looking forward to going back to Kingman, and I don't miss Kingman, and I'm like, and so that was kind of like a downer the last day that I had there because I was like, but it's good to be back and hanging out with you.
Like the last day of summer vacation where you're like treading back, going back to school.
Yeah, but it was also, I'm also like, well, you knew this was going to happen because you were completing your goal. So
all 50 states.
In case people might have missed previous episodes, me talking about how I had a personal goal to go to all 50 states. And then, by the way, when I was in Maryland, guess what I was doing? I'm 50 and I completed all 50 states. And I like to kick and stretch and kick. I was doing that.
Okay, so let's start off. So you flew into Burlington, Vermont.
Yes.
Where I was born. I was born in Burlington.
Okay.
Okay.
I liked Burlington. Burlington reminds me of Flagstaff.
Yeah, and it's also a lot like Boulder, Colorado.
I have not been to Boulder, Colorado, but I will take your word.
Yeah. I mean, it's got like the old main.
It's like a college town.
Yeah. How long were you in Burlington for?
We went ahead and we got into Burlington late, so we kind of just went to sleep and then got up early, went to breakfast, checked out the town of Burlington, went to a few thrift stores because that's kind of my thing. Is Church Street like that main square thing?
Yeah.
That's where we went and ate. Okay. And
did you go on the lakefront at all?
I remembered seeing signs for the lake, but we didn't. I don't think we went.
You were only a couple blocks away.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to eat and then go to a couple of thrift stores, and then we had bought tickets to go to Ben and Jerry's, obviously. So we only had a certain amount of time in the downtown Burlington area.
Okay, there, Ben and Jerry's. What do you think?
Oh my God. Okay, so obviously the ice cream was fantastic. They were premiering a new flavor while we were there. It's called Ultraviolet. It's purple. It's good.
What flavor is it?
It's I think it's vanilla ice cream, but it's like purple in color, and then it's got like some sort of, God, what else is in it? I don't know, because I ended up going to the Shack and the Flavor Shack thing and getting my usual strawberry cheesecake. That I have like strawberry cheesecake, that's one of my go-tos, and I have the mint chocolate chip. That's one of my go-tos, right? And they didn't have mint chocolate chip on tap, so I went ahead and went with that because, just got one scoop. But guess what happened? I don't know if you had heard the news, but
Jerry?
Yeah, I think it's Jerry that left, right?
Yeah.
So now it's just Ben.
Right.
So we were there the day before that happened.
Really?
Yeah. So then we hear the next day that Jerry stepped down, and we're like, at least we were there when it was still Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he put out the statement he could no longer in good faith
Yeah, because
be
they didn't like the
political
political
statement.
statements. Yeah.
And he basically said what I had already known too, that they've always been political. They always have. So if you didn't get that, then that's on you. That's not
Yeah.
on anybody. That's not on them. They've always
What-
they made an ice cream for Bernie because Bernie is from Vermont.
Yeah, what do you expect from a couple old hippies in Vermont?
I don't know, but I was just like, how can people be so stupid? You just now realize that? I'm like, really?
Yeah.
They had a Colin Kaepernick ice cream after the whole knee taking thing.
And that was good.
Okay. And you considered what he did political, so I don't know how you didn't put 2 and 2 together. What are you gonna do?
Speaking of Colin, I reached out to those people to do the podcast. Come on, Cap, do it.
Oh, I know. That would be amazing. That'd be good to find out what he's been up to lately.
Was the fall foliage going while you were there?
A little. It was like, I mean, I guess it was supposed to get more going. Like, we were there a little early. Like it doesn't, but you could at least see.
I guess it's like either this week or next week. That's at its peak.
Yeah, you could at least see some. I mean, you're going to see more than you see in Arizona. Right.
What's a treat?
Yeah. It was beautiful there, though. The scenery, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Then we went to Montpelier to go check that out, too.
The Capitol. Yeah.
The Capitol. Got pictures in front of the Capitol. They have this long Canon picture, so I had to do a silly one. You can only imagine, right? Like, so that was, Montpelier was pretty. And then we moved on to New Hampshire. Went to the Elks Club in New Hampshire. God, I'm trying to think of what area we were in. God, I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the town.
Did you drive straight from Montpelier over to Arizona or to New Hampshire, or were you going like that, going south?
I don't know. What would the cities be either way? What?
Concord, New Hampshire.
That might be where we went.
Yeah.
It might have been Concord.
That would be the New Hampshire state capital.
We didn't go there, though.
Laconia?
No. I know it wasn't Laconia. We didn't go up north in the state, though.
Okay. No, this is
and then over. I think it was Concord. I want to say Concord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then you probably drove across to what, Portsmouth, and then
yes,
Maine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Right. Went to Portsmouth and then went to Maine.
There's some great bars in Portsmouth.
And we drove all the way over to the end of Maine so we could do the coast tour, right?
Okay, yeah.
The coastal highway, because I've always heard to do that. Now, I got to pick a bone with the state of Maine, all right? Your coastal highway tour, I was expecting to see some coast. If you're going to take that, you have to, like, you're going through trees and stuff.
Yeah.
They consider their coastal highway. You have to get out, though, and then go to that coast and then get back on the road and then go down and go to the next place.
Because you're just on a highway with trees on each side.
I thought it was going to be like the Pacific Coast Highway where it's all beautiful and you're seeing all ocean the whole time. No, it was not like that. So we were a little frustrated with Maine. A little frustrated.
So all the way up to Bangor.
Went to Bangor. Went to one of the casinos at Bangor and stayed not at the casino, but a place right near it. And that was fun. Yeah. Like, my mom and we went in halvesies and we ended up getting 4 aces on video poker. So that was good.
Portland.
Okay, I would go back to Maine to go to Portland because we were kind of like we kind of had enough of the state of Maine. Okay. So we wanted to leave. So then, because we drove the entire coast, even though we didn't really get to see it, and we made some stops. We stopped someplace for lunch in Maine and had a good lunch there. But
Lobster.
yes, had lobster.
Nice.
But then got back on. No, excuse me. I had my lobster roll later, which we had to wait in line over 2 hours. And the thing that was weird about it was they gave you warm butter to pour on it, but the lobster itself was cold. I'm like, what is this about? I'm like, I actually had a better lobster roll the time I went to Boston with my mom, was better. Because they actually put it like on a hoagie. This thing they put like on a big piece of Texas toast. I was like, what? You still had to eat it with a fork. Because I'm like, I don't know. It was a very famous lobster shack, though. That's just like on a street corner. Red's something.
So then I take it you go back into New Hampshire, Hampton Beach, just up there.
We went to that What About Bob place in Winnipesaukee,
Okay.
Lake Winnie.
Yeah.
Okay. Went there.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of crisscrossing all over the place, sort of.
Or maybe we went to Lake Minnie before we went to Maine then.
Yeah.
I
That
thought,
see. That's why I'm thinking that where you went in New Hampshire was probably Laconia, because Laconia is right on the Lake Winnipesaukee.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So then you eventually made it down to Salem.
Yes. We went to Gloucester first.
Okay, Gloucester. Yeah. Did you go to
Stayed at the Perfect Storm. They have a hotel above the
the Crow's
bar.
Nest? Yeah.
Yes, the Crow's Nest.
Yeah.
That's where we went.
Did they
Yes.
did they break out the Polaroid books for you?
Mm-hmm. And they have the pictures on the wall too.
Yeah.
They have the actors, and then they have the real people all under the TV, where the TV is.
Yeah. It's been years since I've been in there.
So yeah,
That's a cool little bar.
yeah.
Uh,
And then we went to Salem
okay. And
next
that
day
was like your
after.
second time. Did you see anything new in Salem?
No, not really. It was a lot busier though, because it was in season. Like when I went, it was a little dead, which I prefer it kind of dead because you were able to move around easier. There was a lot of people dressed like witches walking around.
What I would do this time of year when I lived there is I could just walk there. It was a couple miles from my apartment, but still, it'd be
Right.
better than trying to drive there.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah, it was yeah, we found a parking garage there though. It was like that was nice that they had one right in the center
Yeah,
of
right in the center.
Salem. Yeah.
There's
And
this little brewery right across from it. Did you go there?
no, because I was driving. And we didn't end up staying in Salem because it was expensive to stay there. So we're like, fuck it. And then we checked out the prices in Boston, and they were expensive too. And we're talking, we landed there in the middle of the week. I'm like, these prices are insane. Like, so no, we're rolling on. We didn't end up going to Boston because then at that point in the day when we were leaving, when we were leaving Salem, we were on the highway to get out of there, and you had to go where we were going next. You had to go through Boston. Like you saw all the turnoffs for Boston. And boy, was the freeway and the fucking traffic terrible. We were in the car, us four girls, we renamed it Suckadick. We were like, this is Suckadick, Mass. Because we were like, no fucking way. I'm like, do you guys want to go to Boston? I mean, because we could probably find something a little bit out of the city. And they're like, fuck no, don't want to deal with the traffic. So we decided to roll on to the next state, which I believe was Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay, so Newport. Did you see Taylor's place?
No, she doesn't. It's not actually in New York or Newport. It's closer to the border of Connecticut and
Oh, okay.
Rhode Island. Oh, fuck. What's the name of that town? We looked it up. We found out like where it was, but she being Taylor Swift, I mean, she's had to do all these drastic measures to keep the lunatics out. So I was like, I don't want to be considered one of the lunatics, you know.
What you do in Newport?
Well, Newport was cool. Actually, the first night, right when we got into Rhode Island, we went like, it was a town near Providence, and we ended up finding a hotel where we actually were technically in Mass. We stayed in Seekonk, Mass.
Yeah.
Right? So, Rhode Island, I fucking love that state. That's like one of my top states. I don't know what it was. I thought it was a beautiful state. There's tons of water. I mean, that must be why it's considered the Ocean City. You see water all the time. It's a gorgeous state. It's little. You practically get to go through the whole damn thing in like a day. But I don't know. I just really liked Rhode Island. That was one of our favorites.
And then Connecticut.
And well, Newport was okay, except for their parking was insane. $30 for 2 hours.
What?
And then $9 fucking for every hour after that.
What?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Well,
but there was nowhere to park. So I was like, I had it, and I'm like, we're just parking in this dude's fucking lot. I don't even care at this point.
Well, people have money in Newport.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a money area. Like, the shops there, I didn't buy anything there because I was like, yeah, this is like a lot. There was a lot of expensive stores there.
And let's see. So then you would go to Connecticut.
Went to Connecticut.
Mystic Pizza.
Went to Mystic. Went to Mystic Pizza. Mystic Pizza. The pizza, it's basically the name and all that about it, because the pizzas, I've had better pizza.
I heard New Haven pizza's really good.
We should have had pizza in New Haven because, like, we ended up going to New Haven too, obviously, because that's on the list of, like, they have the best city to go to in every single state, and for Connecticut, it's New Haven.
All right, so then you would do you're in
I liked New Haven too. It was a pretty cool town.
and then you're in New York, across New York for just a little bit.
Barely went through New York. That's the same thing we did when we came back. We barely went through New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So we went just that little kitty corner part to get into Mass.
Yeah. It's like 15 miles, 60
Yeah.
miles. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very quick.
So then Jersey.
Jersey, went to, we stayed 2 nights in Atlantic City.
Yeah. You know, JL was very disappointed you missed his show.
I know. I'm very disappointed, but
Him and his mother, or him, he will not forgive you or your mom.
oh, I know. That was the funniest text ever. I was like, I almost peed my pants reading that. I'm like, he won't forgive me or my mom. But we weren't in New Jersey until after his show was already over. Like, we didn't get into New Jersey until, I think we got there Sunday the 21st. Was that Sunday?
Yeah.
I know it was Sunday, and then we stayed Sunday, Monday. And then in Atlantic City. Atlantic City, whew, that place is rough.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because people always sit there and talk about how dirty and rough Reno is. I'm like, and we're talking like casino towns. I'm like, have you been to Atlantic City?
Yeah. Atlantic City is like if you put the Laughlin Strip and you dropped it in the middle of Birdland, but it was on a beach. Almost like that. And
it reeks of piss. There's just like the constant stench of urine. Did you know what Atlantic City hosts, though? I didn't know this until I went there and was walking on the boardwalk, and they have a statue.
What?
That's where they do the Miss America pageant.
Still?
What do you mean still? Don't they?
No, I didn't know if it moved or not. I know they used to.
Oh, I don't know. I assume they still did it. I mean, I don't know why you would. I mean, like I said, the city is... There are so many buildings that are like... obviously not occupied, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna like tear them down and maybe the boardwalk itself is really cool. Like
Yeah.
the boardwalk was awesome.
Did you do anything else in New Jersey, like up north, like Asbury Park, where Springsteen's from?
No, we didn't really go to that area because we kind of were like, well, I probably drove through it. Got to drive on the Jersey Turnpike. It was like Jersey Turnpike in it.
All right. So
I
then
kept, when I'm driving too in Jersey, I'm like, woke up this morning.
I did that every time too. You cross that bridge into New Jersey, and you see the oil refineries.
Yeah, and all like the shipyards and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And I'm like, I feel like Tony Soprano. Because we had like a way pimp car anyways. Like I always usually go for like the mystery cars when I I go for the economy, and then if they give you the option to do the mystery car, that means it's kind of like dealer's choice. And this dude in Vermont kept trying to pawn off this big SUV to everyone, and nobody wanted it. No one was like, all the people in front of me, he'd be like, you can get a free upgrade, blah, blah, blah. And nobody wanted it. But Serena has like a broken toe because before this trip, she decided to do a handstand on the side of a dump truck and broke her toe. So she had a boot. So he's like, oh, you got the mystery car. That means we get to pick. And I'm like, I was acting all sly. I'm like, psst, I'll take a bigger, I'll take the upgrade on the SUV. And he's like, that's exactly what you were going to get. I think the other folks didn't want to have they probably felt higher fuel costs or whatever. But I mean, driving to those states, we only had to fuel up a few times, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it takes, less than you can get.
It was a freaking pimp car, though. It was a Jeep Wagoneer. I had no idea that Jeep made something that huge. It's almost like a Suburban, dude. It had like the 2 front seats, 2 captain seats in the middle, and then it had a row of back seats, and then the back where you could put your luggage too. And our seats had not only heated, but cooling seats. It was fancy. I'm like, I'm going to hate giving up this pimp car.
All right. Delaware. Did you go to Wilmington?
No, I did not. Delaware, my second favorite state of this tour. We went to Rehoboth. Rehoboth Beach. Have you been there?
No.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I want to go back there. So bad. It's like the coolest fucking beach town. Went in the ocean, but lost my sunglasses. I'm sad about that. But like I told you I had to get to Delaware to show them these, I was calling them helmet head crabs. They're technically a horseshoe crab,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And they are so fucking weird and freaky looking. And they were there. We got to see them.
Right.
We got to see them in action, doing their thing.
How big were they?
They get big. Like there was some that were only like, about maybe like the size of a cereal bowl, but they grow like, the biggest I've ever seen them is like probably the size of like a salad bowl. Like a bigger, like a, God, I'm trying to think of like what it would be. Well, maybe like as round as like a whole dinner plate.
Okay.
They get they get pretty big, and they're not aggressive at all. Like they won't sting you. They won't do it. They won't pinch you. They don't do that. They just, like, their main thing is to like go up on the beach and lay their eggs so that they can procreate. They've been, I guess, my mom was looking them up, and they've been around for like 400 fucking years or something doing this. Like they've been around forever, or 400 centuries. I don't know, something like that. It was crazy.
Probably 400 million years.
Yeah, 400 million years. I knew there was a 4 in there, and it was like they had been around since, because they even look kind of
prehistoric.
Yeah,
They almost look like the thing that like crawled out of the ocean and became a, whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah. So then you would get to Maryland.
My last and final state on the list.
Wrap it up in Baltimore.
Yes, Baltimore.
How was Baltimore?
Baltimore was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
It wasn't crime ridden like fucking.
Well,
Peter says.
I'm sure there is a lot of crime in Baltimore. We heard sirens constantly, but there's also a lot of nice people. Did we face any crime? No.
Did you go down the waterfront in Baltimore?
Yes, went down to the waterfront. They have a rusty scupper, which they used to have one in Phoenix. Like, my mom's all, oh my God, do you remember when your dad used to always make us go there for dinner? He loved the rusty scupper. Like, yeah. So went to Edgar Allan Poe's house. So now I think I've been to all of his places because he's also at the cemetery. They have a huge headstone for him and Virginia. His wife and his mother-in-law are all in the, when you're walking to go to the Poe house, like we ended up seeing that. It's in an old cemetery.
And then back to Kingman.
Yeah, back to Kingman.
Although we got some fabulous news when you were gone.
Which of the news?
Well, let's just say a guest from a few weeks ago who made the New York Times bestsellers list.
Oh!
Oh, my God. And I know our friend Bridget sent you the message, but, we were just going to play this. Give it a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah. No, I got to...
Some of the nice people at Simon & Schuster called me on my phone. They called me. It was a text.
Uh-oh, what happened there?
Well, sorry about that.
Rang. Like, what? This thing rings? And they said the book was selling off the shelves, right? They couldn't believe it, and they wanted to know, what TV shows have you done that you didn't tell us about? And I'm like, what do you mean? They said, your book's selling so well. And like, I had done MSNBC Weekend Tonight in the end of August. I did Newsnight with Alex Phillip about 2 weeks ago. But they were like, no, well, what have you? I said, I've just been doing podcasts and progressive media. I've been trying to get them conservative ones, and they're afraid of me. So I've just been doing a lot of progressive media. And literally, they asked me, they said, will you send us a list of all the shows you've done? Because they didn't understand. They thought, how can the book be selling this well when all he's done is progressive media? You know where this is going. So I put together my list, and I said I've got my regular shows I do every week. I do the Steph Miller Show on Fridays, and I do the Daily Beans with Allison Gill, and I do the Oath in the Office with Professor Brett Schneider. And then I said, I was on Progress. I was on Tom Hartman, and I was on Dino Badala. I was on Zerlina Maxwell and Michelangelo Signorelli. Those shows booked me. And Julie Mason on SiriusXM POTUS booked me. And I was on Jim Acosta's show on Substack, and Joy Reid's show on Substack, and Andy Borowitz's show. It's an online show. Molly John Fast's podcast. I did Malcolm Nance's podcast, Black Man Spy. Marianne Williamson, I went and did her show. She got millions of spiritual viewers and listeners. David Korn of Mother Jones interviewed me, and then I did some podcasts. I'm going to rattle them off quick. In the last month, in addition to what I just said I appeared on the Bob Seska podcast, Pastor John Pavlovitz's podcast, Sanish with Joanne Carducci, Brian Carab's podcast, Nicole Sandler's show, The God Pod, Stand Up with Pete Dominic, The Politics Bar with Jody Hamilton, Richard Chu on CPT in Chicago, Patty Vasquez on CPT in Chicago, The Richard Eves podcast, Liberal Dan podcast, The Shift in Culture podcast, KOOO in Portland, The Foreign Report podcast, Brandy Scalacci's podcast, The Tara Show on Substack, The Hard Pass podcast, The Bad Brad Berkowitz Show, the Reality Redemption podcast, and the Stuttering John podcast, hosted by broadcasting legend Stuttering John Melendez. Now, I say all this because I did these shows. These were the shows I did to promote my book. Nothing big. I bet you haven't heard of half of those shows. I had not heard of a number of them before I was booked on them. But I was like, I'm going to get out there and sell my book. And I always say Democrats should go to progressive media. Democrats should go to progressive media, stop going to the cable news shows all the time, and get out there to the people.
Yeah.
Woohoo! And
show people.
So you sent me the whole link. I'm proud that we were also mentioned on the episode where he said 3 times. I was like, yeah, boy, was he fired up in the beginning of that. Oh, wow. Like, whoa, I was like, he is pissed.
Oh, he has a right to be. But
I know.
I mean, the fact that he mentioned us right before Stuttering John just made it.
I know. The fact that he mentioned us with all those other names, I'm like, that's a big name. Like, I know that person. I know that person. I know that person. Like, I mean, I don't know him personally, but like, I listen to them on a lot of the shows. They'll come on as guests.
Well, I mean, I think that goes to show that, you know, well, although we're not huge, we're not, this is not just a hobby either.
We're not total losers either.
Like people think we are.
I know.
You know, we get some attention.
Shout out to all the haters.
Yes, and congrats to John for having a best-selling book.
I know. So when you played me that too, I'm like, well, fuck, if he's already become a New York Times bestseller author just off of the podcasts and like the lower level stuff, I'm like, once he's out there even longer, I'm like, he's gonna go like multiple best-selling author. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. He should, because the book is so good. Well, it's such a good book. Like, he should become bestseller over and over.
I got the audiobook version because I want to support him.
Yeah. I want to get I really want to get the hard copy version. Yeah. And I'd like to go to a book signing if I can. I wasn't in the area in order to do that either. Like, we weren't in the New York area at the time.
That goes through December. So I'll get a hold of him and see when.
Hopefully we can go to one of them. Because I'd love to go to that and stand in line and get him to sign it. You know, that would be so awesome.
Meet him, get a picture.
Yeah, get a selfie.
So congrats, John, and we're glad we could help you. And he's got a great point that I've reached out to certain politicians here in Arizona and saying, come on the show, and and he's got it right. Like, mainstream media isn't covering shit like they should. They're all afraid. Look at what happened to fucking Kimmel.
And how fantastic was he on The Daily Show?
Oh,
in
that
his
was awesome.
interview.
Awesome.
You know, I think the thing I liked the best that he said was because whenever Jordan Klepper said, I'm not really a person that, I'm more along the lines of a person that believes that this is a book of fairy tales or whatnot. It should be put with the fairy tales. And he goes, the important part that he said, though, and I was like, God damn it, he is spot on. Because he's like, that may very well be true, but that's not the important part of it. This is the book in which they're going off of. This is the book in which they're forcing into your classrooms, forcing us to teach in public schools. So we have to at least go by this book, and it's so true.
Yeah. And, so we had a big week. We got mentioned on Fugelsang show. And then we had Alonzo Bodden on the podcast while you were gone. And we did it at the Beale Street Theater. And he comes in. And, we've got a little bit of history with a business down there. And when he walked in, introduced everybody in the room. And I was just like, hey, which way did you come in? And I pointed up Beale Street, because I'm sitting in front of the windows. I'm in the theater. I pointed up Beale Street towards the direction of the locomotive park. And I go,
all right.
Did you see the Confederate flag? Damn right I did. So he opens his show saying, I was just on a podcast, and the first thing they asked me was, did I see the Confederate flag? In front of 80 people,
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
And he made
That is a great opening joke, too, right?
Yeah, and so this was a little bit later in the show. I was just enjoying the show, so I wasn't filming it or anything. I didn't want to film it without his knowledge, but somebody else sent this to me.
Okay.
Hold on one second here. Let me get it pulled up.
Enough money to finish the stage. And I'm going to destroy
to start in close to the audience and work back. Who's in charge of shit like that?
Only a Kingman.
Stand on that one corner. If I said that wouldn't even be a show. If I stand over here, follow me, spotlight. I can do woo. I ain't gonna fall because I know I ain't got no insurance. See, from here it's not so much a show as it is a proclamation. Open force for one, someone go back over there and do a show. Relax, sir. I'm not gonna fall on you. I'm scared to death. So we're gonna make this work, man. It's fun. It reminds me, of early in my career when I hadn't done shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done shit now. One Last Comic Standing. I was on NBC every week for a few months. I've done a Tonight Show numerous times. As I told you, I've been all around the world doing comedy. Just for Laughs in Montreal. I've worked in New York, Vegas, LA, everywhere. But they said, you haven't worked a community theater. Kingman, Arizona. You big time showbiz until you've done the community theater down the street from the Confederate flag. You just bullshit. Now you earned your money. It's funny, you gotta laugh. You gotta keep your sense of humor because we collectively lost our mind. I love my country. We're doing a podcast before the show. I said, I love my country, but I don't know what happened. We have become the dumbest country. Like, there's a level, it's a tsunami of stupid has poured over the country. And I use the word tsunami because the stupid people don't know what I'm talking about. So I can slip that one past them. Up with this, moat between.
So he mentioned the podcast twice and the Confederate flag like 3 times during the show.
And with mentioning the Confederate flag, right whenever he said that in there, I'm like, my mind goes back in time. The rewind machine kicks in, and I'm like, remember when the mayor, Monica Gates, was all up in arms because Sacha Baron Cohen came here and did the joke?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, you guys. It's embarrassing. People notice it. People that aren't in our bubble notice it.
There's proof.
That's proof that there's something that's a little not right there. You know what I mean?
And that's not a diss on all of Kingman. Okay?
No, it's
There's
not.
many great people in Kingman.
Right. But it's calling out
the
welcoming sign that you have to come here is not very welcoming. It's like, welcome to Kingman. Here's the stop sign, though, with that Confederate flag. Stop. Here's their hate, too.
Right, like...
in your face.
Now, truth be told, say if you are a black family traveling across the country and you do come in, you're going up Beale Street, and you go underneath the arch, welcome to Kingman, and then you see that, and you're not going to see the great downtown area that's off that. How many people see that sign and just take a right there and just go, no?
Right. They're like, welcome to Kingman if you're a certain color. I mean, they're probably thinking that. I mean, it's all about put yourself in someone else's shoes. So I'm trying to put myself in, what would it feel like? I will never really know what it will feel like to be a black person, but I can at least understand that might be like, maybe this should be a place where I shouldn't stop. And maybe I should just wait and go to the next town, and I'll stop and I'll get some food there. Yeah,
and if people haven't heard the episode, I've put that out. This one's going to come out in a couple days. Go back and listen to the one because he was really good. And his act was like, oh my God, I don't believe he said. Well, I believed it because he said he was going to do it before, But to do that act No one booed. No one heckled. I saw one guy get up and leave during the show because he was making Trump jokes. He was making conservative jokes. He was making vaccine jokes on it.
And old Pappy couldn't take it
Yeah,
anymore.
he's making Cracker Barrel jokes.
Well, that was probably the nail in the coffin.
I think that is about when he walked off and started the Cracker Barrel part.
He's like, I was fine with you making fun of my president, making fun of this, but then you attacked my favorite restaurant. I'm out the game.
You know, but it's really cool that the Beale Street Theater booked him, and we had a comedian of his caliber come here.
I know. I always loved him on Last Comic Standing.
Yeah. So today, you probably haven't heard this, Grand Blanc Township in Michigan, some nut job drove into a church, got out of his vehicle, started shooting up the church, and set the church on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Now, this is very early. We don't know anything about this, and we're not going to jump to conclusions like Fox News goes and blame it on a transgender person.
It had to have been. I mean, who else would have done it?
Oh, it's a 4-year-old, but
oh my God. No, I know it. I'm being sarcastic, folks. I should say that to clarify, because jokes are very hard these days. I mean,
jokes,
you can't really tell jokes.
You can get canceled for jokes. And,
I know. You can get fired.
Fucking, I was getting sick of all the Charlie Kirk things. You were gone when they had the big memorial service down in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Last week, you were gone. It was nauseating, and I don't. No offense to Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. No one should get shot for speaking words on it. Nobody question his, was he racist? Yeah, he was racist. Did he really debate fair? No, he didn't really debate fair, but nobody deserves this. But I was getting so sick of, especially around here, Charlie Kirk. Everyone's making Charlie Kirk like the new Messiah, the second coming of Jesus around here. And what took that off the news was a comedian, Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel didn't really say anything off color. He just said exactly what we were saying. People jump to conclusions, and they race to, pass judgment on who these people that commit political violence are. And all he said was, for all we know, it could be one of you. Basically, paraphrasing, of course. And he got taken off the air. But what us on the left need to do is what happened in the wake of that. Something like, it was well over 500,000 people canceled their Disney Plus subscriptions in the first 2 days after Jimmy Kimmel got let go.
Jesus.
So you know why they brought him back.
Ooh, yeah, money.
Yeah. Because they just figure, you do the math, we were talking about this on the podcast last night. You take $750,000 at $16 a month. That's a lot of income you're losing.
Yeah.
For a comedian telling jokes. And when Jimmy Kimmel came back on this week,
where were the people to cancel their Peacock subscriptions so Colbert would still be on?
Well, that'd be Paramount.
Oh, or Paramount.
But
he's also on NBC though, I thought.
No, CBS.
He's not. Oh, he's CBS. Okay, then it's Jimmy Fallon that's on.
Well, it's because they didn't yank Colbert off the air completely. He's got, another, 9 months.
Right. They're not continuing his contract.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't get fired.
No.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you? Speaking of guns and shootings, it didn't end up happening, but that place I went to in Rehoboth, the day we got there a little late in the day. I guess what had happened earlier was they found a truck on the beach. They have the person in custody too. They're trying to talk to him. It was full of ARs and shit. I don't know if he was going there to... Have we had a mass shooting on the beach yet? I don't know if that was his plan. They don't know any of the details yet, but they were showing it when we went in the room and we were watching the news. It was showing it was one of those Nissan Frontiers or whatnot, and it was like parked on the beach, and all the cops were around it. They were
Well, I think what the
insane.
what the problem is, it's easy access to guns, but there's one thing that seems to be like a common factor almost. Like most of these people seem to be like white men, you know, and we're going to go around and we're going to racial profile Mexicans, round them all up, even if you're a citizen, we're just going
I
to
know.
round you up. But what about
Racial profile the whites so we don't have all these mass shootings.
yeah, I mean,
Why aren't they rolling up in a Kingman and solving our fentanyl problem?
yeah, I mean, Trump is sending the military into Portland, Oregon on it to help ICE. Now, I saw all these news footage. There's nothing going on in Portland. Nothing.
Right. I mean, unless they're there, like, they do have a large homeless population there, but so does every big city. I mean, there's...
But that's not...
Go anywhere. Yeah, that's not a nice issue. That's not... You're not going to see a ton of homeless Hispanics out there. That's not what you're going to see.
Did you hear about... there was a shooting in Dallas where someone used a sniper rifle. I don't know if it's a sniper rifle or hunting rifle. But it was at an ICE facility. 2 people got shot. 1 got killed. 1 was in critical condition, last I heard. And automatically they tried to paint the shooter as transgender on it.
They do it every single time now.
And they said on the bullet casing was written anti-ICE. Now, who says anti-ICE? People say fuck ICE. You know, I don't know. You hate to get into like the conspiracy theories and all this stuff, but it just doesn't add up.
Well, what's the latest thing with the, like, I mean, I've been out of the loop, so I forget what I was watching. It probably was...
Is ignorance really
bliss? It probably
bliss?
was Bill Maher, but talking about how the guy that shot Charlie Kirk has a transgender boyfriend or girlfriend or something.
Girlfriend.
Is that even true though, or is that all conspiracy shit?
I don't know. Because
I haven't heard anything that has come out about it.
The text messages are like AI. Yeah, we won't hear anything that's going to come out of it. We're not going to hear anything about this Texas shooter. We're not going to hear anything about Charlie Kirk's killer. Just like
like, what the fuck are they talking about, though?
Just think about it. Just like, what have we really learned about the guy that tried to shoot, supposedly shot Trump in the air? We haven't really learned anything about him.
What, that got brushed under the rug?
Yeah, why?
Like the whole, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with his ear either. His ear is in perfect condition again.
Yeah.
From being shot a bullet through it.
If they had solid proof that these were like they claim transgender people committing all these shootings, wouldn't they put that evidence out there? Like, see?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like their same evidence that the only thing we need is a good guy with a gun. Where are all the stories of all the good guys with the guns who have saved countless and countless people's lives from mass shootings and whatnot? Where are all the stories? Because I want to believe that a good guy with a gun could solve things. Sure, well, who wouldn't? If that's what it takes. But where are all the stories at? Where are they?
They're not out there.
Where's the proof?
I don't know. But we did come up with what the cause of autism while you were gone.
I didn't even know about that.
We did solve that issue.
I didn't know somebody was making a joke about it when I was in Baltimore. And then I saw it later when I got home because I was like, oh, that's what that guy was talking about. He was making fucking jokes. Well, he was making fun of Serena because Serena kept going, I'm on the spectrum. And then the guy kept going, really? Did your mom do Tylenol when she was pregnant?
Yes, apparently Tylenol causes autism.
I stayed out of the news.
Do you know autism was diagnosed way before Tylenol came along.
It's just so stupid. It's like, and did they decide to go with Tylenol because a lot of people, like, okay, here's the thing. I can only take Tylenol because I have an ulcer. Like, you can't take, your stomach will be set a blazing fire if you try to take Aleve or Advil or any of them. Okay, I know this from experience. Then you have to go to the emergency room at that point.
Do you think Tylenol is pissed at that, or are they happy for the name brand mention, and not to mention the lawsuit that is going to come from them saying that?
And they couldn't pick another one. Remember when they had all the Tylenol murders happen in the 70s and 80s?
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they were
that's why they put the safety
yeah,
cap on.
that's why we now have safety caps and safety seals on things, because somebody was going and poisoning Tylenol and then putting it back on the shelves and killing people. They were like, I think they were replacing it with cyanide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which, deadly. You're dead.
And then Trump addressed the United Nations, and you're lucky you didn't hear that one.
Well, I did. Was that... Okay, so I have caught up, and it was showing the clip of them trying to go on the escalator.
It stops.
And it was broken, and then Melania looks really confused, but then is like, I guess I'm going to have to walk up this. And so she starts walking, and then the rest of them are like, we have to walk. And if you look in the video, the escalator right next to it, I don't know why they didn't just go on that one then. It was going up.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just take a step back and go up there?
Yeah, why wouldn't you back your fat ass off of that and move it over and go up that one then that was working?
And fuck, who's the fuck on fucking Fox News? Jesse Walters. Now
he's like the worst one.
Now, remember how we're saying we shouldn't, political violence has no place. We shouldn't incite it. We shouldn't joke about it. He goes, well, we should have a full investigation. And if they're guilty, we should bomb the United Nations. He said we should bomb the United Nations.
What would you get out of bombing the United Nations?
You'd be bombing New York City, number one.
Exactly. But, and what would you get out of that?
I don't know. So Trump demanded a full...
Yeah, why didn't somebody say, weren't we mad when the planes got flown into the towers in that city?
Do you know what happened with the escalator? There was a photographer, one of Trump's photographers, taking pictures, and he tripped over the emergency brake on the escalator.
That makes Melania's confusion actually make sense then, because it probably was moving.
Yes, it was.
Because she looked like she was already on it.
Yeah, it halted. She almost did like a whoa.
Oh, okay.
So, but Trump thinks the United Nations sabotaged it on purpose.
But so then he goes into the speech and he cannot let that shit go. He's sitting there talking about how I offered to fix the building years ago for only $50 million. You were gonna be able to walk on marble.
And it would be all gold plated like the Oval Office. And then his fucking teleprompter stopped working, so he blamed the United Nations on that.
Oh, Jesus.
Guess who was running the teleprompter?
The same idiot.
The same fucking staff, incompetent staff Trump goes around with.
Why isn't that guy getting fired?
I don't know.
Now that's somebody you need to fire.
It's probably good to be on vacation and you miss all these stories.
Yeah, but it's kind of hilarious when I came back.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Ignorance is truly bliss, though, because when you're driving around New England and stuff like that in the Northeast, did you hear about any of this, or was it just like...
No, you didn't hear about it. You didn't hear about it when you went into bars. Nobody was talking. In all fairness, though, I'm in all blue states, so they probably are just disgusted at this point and don't want to talk about it because it's such a fucking embarrassment, you know. It's not like where we live, people brag their fucking asses off about how great of a job they think Trump is doing because Trump says that he's doing a fantastic job, and they're in a cult, so they just parrot everything.
He said to addressing the United Nations that he has the hottest country in the world, and all the other countries are shitholes. He said that. But you know what the great part about that is?
Sir, have you been to Atlantic City since you have lost your casino there?
You know what the great part of that is, though? When he gave that speech, a lot of them have to have translators. You know what I mean? Because it's the United Nations, so everybody doesn't speak English.
Uh-huh.
The little earpieces, when the teleprompter wasn't working, they couldn't hear it.
Oh.
Because Melania couldn't hear what he was saying. So yes, even though he was saying it and it got out on the news, the people actually at the United Nations watching this shit show couldn't really hear him.
Oh. He's just so gross. And then I saw the clip of, apparently he went over and had dinner with the king and queen.
Yeah.
Is she considered a queen if she's by...
I think so. No.
It's King Charles, but I don't know what...
Wouldn't it? Yeah, because Queen Elizabeth's husband wasn't... No. She became queen when he died. Is that... Well, I don't know how that works.
I don't know. They really never speak of her as Queen Camilla.
Yeah, maybe,
they just always call him King Charles, but they're married.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, because if Prince Charles and Lady Diana, wouldn't she still be Lady Diana, not Queen Diana?
I thought she would have become queen, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
And we'll never know.
Yeah.
You know.
So that was a shit show since he left. In the summary.
I mean, I was glad that I missed all that. I'm glad that I am getting the news from just like the blurbs of it.
Yeah. Have you watched Kimmel's full speeches from his monologues from the first 2
Yeah,
weeks?
I watched it whenever it happened.
Did you watch the second night? Watch the second night too.
Okay.
That was.
I think I saw it, but I'm not positive.
Yeah. Well, anyway, welcome back, Kimmel. And like I think.
Yeah, I did see it. Like he went hard on it. He was not.
Yeah, he was saying a lot worse things about Trump than.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I was like, good for him. Good. Somebody with some fucking cojones. I'm tired of all these cavers because, like, not going to say his name, but I'll say his initials. But I think he's kind of a caver, and I never thought he was that great anyways. But his initials are JF. Not that great. Kind of a second-rate Adam Sandler. That's what I always thought when he was on SNL. I was like, I remember when Adam Sandler used to do that. Remember when Adam Sandler always used to play his guitar and then he'd laugh? He'd crack himself up so he'd laugh. Yeah. And then JF comes along and does the same thing. And I'm like, I remember when Adam Sandler did this and it was plenty of funny then. And now it's not so funny when you're just regurgitating it.
Yeah.
I don't know. My opinion only. These are not the opinions of the entire Reality Redemption podcast. I must make the disclaimer.
All right, so welcome back. I think we've got some really cool people lined up in the next couple weeks to come on.
Heck yeah, and one of my friends is doing like a drag brunch, so I'm excited about that.
Nice.
I get to go dress up.
Yeah, so hey, good things coming to our little show here, and thanks for all the support, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.
All right, see you later, alligator.